Now, the next topic is migration from ancient times to the modern world. Okay, the evidences in human history always suggested that the division of the world is totally dependent on or based on economical development, that is, economically developed or underdeveloped region, or rural or urban areas. Okay, now, as the trend of migration is a response of human being along with the technical ability is given in the set of the environment. These movements are either voluntary or forced movements which make the people to move from one place to origin. Now let us study that how the migration changed from the ancient time to the modern world. Now we'll start with the ancient period. Human migration is the movement by people from one place to another, particularly different countries, with the intention of settling temporary, permanent in a new location. It typically involves movement along distance and from one country or region to another. So it is always a person who is migrating from one place to other with the intention of settling temporary or permanent from one region to another. Migration can be voluntary or involuntary. So, if it is with willingness, then it is voluntary, and if it is forced, if it is due to wars, if it is due to natural calamities, then we call it as involuntary. The origin of human beings has started from Africa as Homo sapiens and moved to different continents in short period of time. So, the initial or the origin of the human beings has been started from Africa, and initially or in the ancient period the starting origin was called as Homo sapiens, and they moved from that place to other continents within a short period of time. The new civilizations like Mesopotamia civilization, Indus Valley civilization, and Nile Valley civilizations were also created. So, because of this human beings, the civilizations were also created. Now we'll see how the civilizations were created, at which stage, and how the human beings started thinking. All those things we are going to study in this slides. The new civilization like Mesopotamia civilization, Indus Valley civilization, and Nile Valley civilization were created. Man used to gather from one place to another in a search of food. So, human beings used to move from one place to another in search of food in the ancient days, as the main aim of them is to get the food for the whole day, was the only purpose of their life. He was a hunter and used to live in small groups and tribes. So, he was the hunter, he used to roam or he used to move from one place to other place in the search of food. Later on, we will see how the nomadic life came to an existence. Now, difference in nature, observation of nature made owing man to think. So, after moving from one place to other place, he started observing the nature. He started looking at the things, how the changes are taking place. So that made a person or that Homo sapiens to think on it, that how these changes are seen, why these changes are becoming. So, because of the thinking, he started wishing his desires. He started thinking that made him encouraged to do different experiments. So, his wish, his desires encouraged him to make different experiments. Till he got the understanding, man had entered in the nomadic life and the travel distance was reduced. So in the nomadic life, what happened? The Homo sapiens, which were always moving from one place to other, they used to not settle down in some place. Now, when they entered in the nomadic life, they started reducing their traveling time. They started settling at a certain place. Growing population made him to move wider in different areas. So when they started settling, ultimately the population was increased, and because of this, they started moving to the wider areas from the smaller areas. Man was attracted to the low-lying areas along the river valleys, which had ample of water, suitable climate, accessible terrain, which made him to stay for the longer period, and this gave rise to the settled community. So when he started roaming less and started staying on a place for more time, because of this what happened, he got attracted to which type of areas? The areas of low-lying areas which were rich with river valleys, ample of water, where this climate was suitable and accessible terrain was observed. So on such places they used to stay for longer period of time, and because of this favorable place or favorable and accessible terrain, what happened, it gave rise to the settled community. This period gave rise to the development of agriculture, where man had started sowing by observing of nature along with hunting and fishing. So because of this, what happened? The human being or the man, he started doing agriculture, started sowing the seeds by observing the nature, by observing the plants, and along with it, he also carried out hunting and fishing activities. Now, let us see how the barter system came into an existence. Now, due to the settlement, man started building houses, shelters with the available of local material. So, after settling, they need some homes, they need some houses, they need some shelters. So, for that concern, they started learning how to build house, how to build shelters from the available material. This led to the development of the society. The urge to have more security of food and to expand more territory made him to invade in new land. So later on, when he started building houses, they made a society. After that, they wished or the urge of having more food. It made them to expand their territory, and because of that, they used to move to or they used to invade from one place to another place in the search of new land, and this process made some men in rich and strong later became kings and leaders of that community. So because of this what happened, some persons who were more curious of new in the search of new land, they became rich, they became strong, and later on they became the leaders, and they were called as kings. These leaders and kings took initiative to protect society and emerging small status. So they took the initiative of protecting other peoples, to protect the community, to protect the society. The increase in population, settled life, increase in lifespan of man, and development of culture increased the welfare of the society. So automatically, as the population increased, the human being had a well settled life. Because of that, their lifespan was also increased, and the welfare of the society was also good. Some people started working from state and they formed government. Increase in food items led to the development of barter trade, which enhanced the friendly relations with neighboring states. So later on, a government after the society, the government was also created by the different peoples, and because of increase in the food items, the barter trade system was carried out, and it was carried out from one state to other state with the neighboring states to increase the friendly relations. Now barter system, as we know, it is an exchange of goods and commodities. Yes, if a person A is giving some wheat to person B, and in return person B is giving some other material like rice or something else of the same quantity to person A. So such type of system is called as barter system, where the currency is not used, only the exchange of goods or commodities are being taking place. This led to the exchange of knowledge, culture, and strengthened the political relationship. Because of this, what happened? They came across to each other, they had friendly relations, there was increase in the knowledge, there was exchange in the cultures, and the political relations also. Now the next is medieval period. Now let us see how from nomadic period the human or the ancient period was converted to the medieval period. Medieval period was dominated by Europeans, which extended from 5th to 15th of century. So medieval period was started by 5th of century and it was extended to the 15th of century. And during this period, the people were dominated by European powers. This was a mixed period with many events. So what are the events that happened in medieval period? The events like decline in population due to epidemic of plague, collapse of Roman Empire, expansion of Christianity in different parts of Europe. So the three events or the three things were taken place in medieval period. First was the epidemic of plague. So epidemic due to rat was been seen in this medieval period. Because of that, lot of population or lot of people had lost their life, and therefore there was a large amount of decline in the population. Second, the Roman Empire was totally collapsed. And third, the expansion of Christianity community was more in different parts of Europe. So this period was also called as Renaissance and the age of discovery. So it was also called as Renaissance and the age of discovery. New technological innovations flourished and helped people to move from one place to another. So new technology was made or new innovations were created which made the people to move from one place to another. Barbarian invention took place in this period. They entered Hindustan, crossing Himalayas. Hence, Arabs replaced Roman trade pattern. So the barbarian invention means the Arabs they entered from the Himalayas and they crossed the border of Hindustan and they replaced the Roman trade pattern by Arab trade pattern. Islam was spread from central parts of Asia to Africa and India. So Islamic culture and Islam was spread from central part of Asia to Africa as well as introducing the Islamic culture. After the previous culture which we had studied, the next was the Islamic culture. So in this, it was in 12th and 13th century where new innovations were created, and with the influence of Greek and Islamic cultures and practice. Roman numbers, decimal system, invention of algebra allowed more advanced maths. So new maths was created because of Roman numbers, and decimal systems were also introduced along with algebra innovations. Inventions of medicines, windmills, optic glasses making influenced human life with scientific attitude. So there were a lot of inventions of medicines, optic glasses, and windmills. This led in the economic growth with advanced technology like shipbuilding, invention of gunpowder, which make dimension to trade and military matters. So even the things which were useful for the trade and military purpose, like making gunpowder, making ships, were also done in this period. Agricultural production with the technology of heavy plugs in the heavier soils to farm efficiently and introducing of crop rotation was observed. Now, previously, the agriculture was carried out by the bullock cart. Later on, the heavier plugs were also introduced, and because of this, what happened? The crops or the agricultural production was working efficiently, and the new concept that is crop rotation was observed. So, they used to change the crop which they used to plant every time once the crop was harvested. Now, let us study what happened in the 14th century of medieval period. Now, in the 14th century of medieval period, it experienced the great famines due to the change in climatic conditions. So, what happened because of the change in the climatic conditions? There was lot of famines. And what were the changes? Changes like slow climatic conditions and transitions of warm period to little ice age took place. Temperature of Europe dropped down to 2 degrees, in which one third of Europe's population died. So almost the temperature in the Europe was totally converted into ice age, that is to the 2 degrees Celsius. Because of this, one third of the Europeans expired and they lost their life in 14th century of the medieval period. Now let us study the 16th century. The 16th century brought major changes in human life, which is called as period of significant development in the field of science, technology, politics, welfare, and various fields. So in the previous century, what did we study? That they had almost studied about the medical facilities, shipbuildings, the militaries. So in this era, they studied the science, they studied the technologies, and significant developments were made in the factors like politics and welfare. Discoveries like industrialization, urbanization, colonization, printing technology, mass education, social movements, and independence to many countries was seen. So, various discoveries were made in the case of industries, in the case of urbanization, in mass education, and social movements. This supported large scale migration at international level. So, in the 19th century, colonial rulers forced people to migrate to the new land for the plantation estates and to extract to new mines on the other places. So, in 19th century, the population was forcefully migrated. Okay, means it was not voluntary, it was involuntary type of migration where the colonial rulers they forced the people to move to such places which were good in the plantation as well as which were good in the mines so that they can extract more and more mineral oils or the metals. Many of them migrated to new places in search of job and industrial laborers. So many of the people they migrated in the search of job, in the search of industries as the laborers. Now let us see what happened in the 20th century. In this century, there was a lot of disparity between the developed and developing countries due to the advancement of science and technology. So what is the meaning of disparity? That is there was a lot of bridge or there was a lot of gap between a developed country and a developing country because of high advancement in the science as well as technology. This made people to migrate over all the world for the economical development, which lead to developed world. So, because of these disparities, lot of people were migrating from the less developed place to the well developed place. The main reason was to acquire better education, good quality of life, attraction of Western culture, attracted the youths of the world towards the developed countries. So, what was the reason for migration? The reason for migration was only better education, good quality of life, attraction of Western cultures, which attracted the youths of the world. Okay, the change in political ideology, end of the Cold War, formation of organization to break the trade bloc, like ECC in Europe countries which have same currency. So because of development, because of education, there was lot of change in the thinking, which had ended the Cold War, which were already taken place, and there were different organizations like EEC, SAC, and GAAP, which were created to increase the relationships between the countries. Now, EEC was an organization which was used to make efficient trading between the European countries. Okay, all the European countries were using ECC organization as a law of trade because they had the same currency used in all the European countries. Now, in development of organization like SAC and GATT boosted the international trade without the trade barriers. So there were a lot of trade barriers initially because of different currency, because of modes of transport, and because of large amount of distance. Okay, there were lots of barriers between the trade. So all this were overcome by the development of SAC and GAAT, that is GATT, GATT organizations. Now let us study the next is 21st of century. This century brought the world more closer, hence called as age of liberalization, privatization and globalization. Now in this century the world was almost very closer because of advanced science and technology, liberalization, globalization, and privatization. Because of that, it was also called as age of liberalization, globalization, and privatization. This increased the interdependency and reduced self-sufficient. So, because of this, what happened? The interdependency is increased and it also reduces the self-sufficiency. Means all the countries they should be interdependent on another so that they can increase their economic value. Suppose country A is buying something from country B. In return, the country B is helping country A. Again, when country B needs some help from country A, again then so this type of interdependency increased, and self-sufficiency of the country had reduced. And this success was obtained due to the ease of availability of technology, satellite communication, development of science and technology, along with transport and communication. So, because of more development like development in transportation, development in communication, development in science and technology, along with satellite communication, because of all these things, there was the possibility which were created that the world came more closer. This made increase in traffic flow, that is migration. Because of this, even migration was very easy. This affected the pattern and trend of the international migration trade. So all these things also affected the pattern of trend. Reversal of immigration takes place due to the love of motherland, attractive salaries or similar opportunities in their own countries. Now there was also reversal of immigration. Reversal of immigration means coming back. Okay, moving from developed country to the developing country. So why? The reasons are like the love for your mother country. So wherever you are born, you have that love for your country. Next, attractive salary. If you're getting the same salary which you were getting in the foreign countries, even that is the reason. The next, similar opportunities in their own country. So if you get the same opportunity in your own country, even that is the reason of reversal immigration. So due to this, some people also migrate from developed countries to developing countries. Now, reversal migration. Reversal migration means changing lifestyle. Stress has adversely affected the people in both developing and developed country. Now, what is the reason that people are migrating back from developed country to the developing country? What are the things which are affecting the people? Now, things like the adverse effect, like the changing of lifestyle. There is lot of stress. Because of that, present life is more materialistic and far away from the reality. So right now, the life is totally materialistic. The nature or the reality is far away. It is very difficult to attain the development while still without respecting the values and emotions of the environmental quotient. So it is very difficult to attain the development. Means even though if we are developing, it is very difficult to maintain such environmental conditions. We are indirectly disrespecting the environmental conditions. This approach has encouraged man to go back to nature where there is limited destruction is seen. So because of this, the humans are more attracted to the nature where there is less destruction. This is the new trend of reversal migration from highly urbanized area to less demanding world, which is the choice of today's world. So what is reversal? Reversal migration. The reversal migration is the new trend, that is from highly urbanized area to less demanding world, which is the choice of today's world.